Hello hoteliers. Are you tired of losing your potential bookings due to the lack of communication with your guests? Need not worry, we have just the right module for you called QloApps Callback Request Module. A wonderful module which can help you reconnect back to your customers and boost your sales. Hi, I am Ashish, and today in this video, I'll show you how you can install and further configure QloApps Callback Request add-on. Now, what exactly is this add-on? QloApps Callback Request add-on is designed for you to get a callback request from your customer. It creates a callback icon on your front end by which a customer can click and enter their details like name, their phone number, and the reason of their callback. Once these details are filled, you'll get a direct email on your admin end so that you can call them back and resolve their queries.
Apart from this, I would like to mention that if you need extensions for increasing the sales of your e-commerce store, then you can visit store.webcool.com and explore a number of products for every technology. We also have the user guide for the same in our blog section, where you can check the features and configurations and get to know functionalities of the extensions as well. Now let's move back to our video.
But before we start with the module, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit on the notification bell to never miss a video from us.
As always, installing any module on QloApps is really easy. Let's see how we can install the QloApps Callback Request module. To start with, go to Modules and Services and click on Manage Module. Then click on Add a new module. Choose the zip folder for the module and then upload and install this module. As you can see, we have successfully installed QloApps Callback Request module. Now let's see and check how we can go ahead and further configure this. To further configure the module, click on Configure. Here we have the page for the configuration. Let's see one by one how we can configure the callback request module. Starting with Enable Callback Request service for the customers. Now using this option, you can enable or disable this module. Next, Enable Callback Request Notification. Now whenever you receive a callback from the customer, you'll have a notification sent to you. You can choose either on which email address you want that notification to be sent. Here we have mentioned the email address. Next, callback request close icon image color. Now you can set the color for the icon image as well. Next, callback request icon image position. Now using this, you can set the position of the callback icon on your screen. As of now, I have selected right center. Next, using these two options, you can upload your custom callback request icon. Click on Save. Now next we have is callback request form configuration. Now using all of these features, we can see and we can accept what all information that you want to gather from the customer. So these are the main 4 fields which will be available, and using the tick boxes, you can enable or disable them. First one is the name. Now using this, you can set either the customer needs to enter the name for their callback request, and either that field is required or not. Next is date and time. Now you can enable this by using these tick boxes and tick on this one if you require these. Next is message. Now here you can choose if you want to have a basic understanding for why the customer needs a callback request. You can enable this and make this as a mandatory required field by choosing this option. Once you have selected your options, click on Save. Now next we have is callback request form style configuration. Now you can select each and every detail of the form that will be available to the customer using these options. Here you can set the form title of the callback request position. Now that title can be from left or center. Next, the font size. Next, the font weight. Title font color. The background color of the form, you can choose whichever color you want. The border, the radius, and so on. Now next important thing that we have here is submit button text. Now instead of submit, you can enter whatever text you want it to be. You can write OK or whichever text you want it to be. Now using these options, you can select the font size of the submit button, the font width, the submit button style using full width or custom position, the color of the background, and so on. Now once you have selected the submit button styling and the main form size, let's go ahead and save this. Now these are all the configuration options that you can use to style your callback form. Now let's see how it looks on the front end. Now here we have is the QLO website. Let's see how the customer can raise their callback request. To raise the callback request, they just have to click on this callback icon that we have further configured. And here we'll have all the necessary fields that we have selected in the configurations field. Name, phone number, call date, and the reason for the callback. Now let's create a dummy callback request and see how it would look on the back end for the admin. Click on Submit. As you can see, we have successfully submitted the callback request, and this is the message that we'll get. Speak soon. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. Now let's see how the callback request will look on the back end in front of the admin. To check all the callback requests from the customer, we have a different option available here. Here you can see callback requests. As we have already configured the callback request function, we'll click on callback request. Now using this option, you'll see each and every callback request that were raised by your customers. Now as you can see, we have raised a demo callback request. So here we have it. The phone number, the callback date, which I mentioned for 5th of June, the message, and if the status is in pending, in progress, or complete. You can select the status by clicking on it. You can accordingly change the status of the callback request. To view more details, simply click on View. Now here we'll have the complete detail of the callback request made by the customer. And using the update callback status, you can update the status of the callback. For example, if the callback has been completed and the issue for the customer has been successfully resolved, we can click on Completed and update. As you can see, we have successfully updated the status of the callback request.
I hope by now you have understood how to install and configure QloApps Callback Request add-on. Now go ahead and install this wonderful module and connect back to your customers. If you still have any questions, feel free to reach us at support@webcool.com, or you can directly raise a ticket at webcool.uvdesk.com. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you in the next one.